There's a food plot we did for the landowner, one of them. I corduroy all my trails. I get tired of all the small males that, you know, I think it's just jealousy. They just don't think you can do a nice job with a mechanized whole tree system, and you can. This is all corduroy underneath. All my tops are underneath this trail. And then we drag mud over. I'm about a mile back in the woods right now off my main trail. This was pretty chewed up from the previous logging that was done. This was one of the worst spots. I actually buried both my skidders 3 or 4 times in this area. Another trail. When I first came here, I actually had the skidder, I put pictures of it up to the floorboards here. And there's another secondary trail we groomed out. Feller bunch is broke. It's worst winter I've ever seen in history. They're saying it's the wettest winter in New York State history, and it's the worst that probably ever existed for logging. We had 1 week, and this was the softest. This is the worst ground I ever worked on. This is they call it sandy loam. I've never worked on it before, and I've worked on some pretty shit ground. This is the softest I've ever worked on. It's probably one of the nicest results I've had working on ground like this. So here we got another about a half acre clearing for a food plot. Deer hunting's gonna be wicked here. Landowner has a blind right back there, and you couldn't ask for better deer hunting. Never thought I'd be driving a pickup truck through here. I figured a filler wheeler, but my father and I did a lot of work on this. My dad's pretty good at. Gotta give my dad credit. I'm talented in business, but he's talented in making nice trails. He really is. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. There's hundreds and hundreds of tops, corduroy, slash underneath this trail right now. I wanted to make this video because I know some people get nervous. I want people to see what we do. This is corduroy. This is extra corduroy that didn't get mulched up as much, but the skidder chains, as you can see, the skidder chains mulch it up really well. We just finished up for the winter, so that's fresh corduroy, but when we come back, we'll chew that back up. But you can see, after you chew it up, this is what it turns into. Good. I cut all that up today. That's my landing. That's the end of the main skid trail. Again, that's all corduroyed, but I cut all that up today on half a tank of fuel. Not many guys can do that. There's a clear cut slash thinning we did on the other side of the road. They're gonna put some food plots in for deer. That was the hardest ground I've ever cut on in my life. Well, not the hardest, but some of the hardest. That was all sand and gravel. It's probably the hardest ground I've caught in a year. Some of the hardest I've ever been on. And it's crazy, we're right across the road. We can see the landings from each other. And this is the softest land. This is the softest ground I've ever worked on. Go figure. This is our truck road. Put a lot of gravel in. I got somewhere in the I got God knows how much gravel in here. Probably at least 10 grand gravel. There's a 748. It's one of two of my grapple skidders. I sold two of my cables. This is part of our haul road. That is a mountain of wood. Saw logs in the back, pulp on this side. But yeah, we try to keep it looking nice. This is the landowner's house. This is part of the haul road. His gravel stops right about here before us, so we widened the road out quite a ways. Put in gravel. Took down the trees that were here. There's a bunch of big maples, and widened this out for the trucks can come in. But no, we do some pretty nice work. You know, not every piece comes out with it like this. Some pieces are better than others, but we do our best and maintain integrity when we do things, even when it hurts. And unfortunately, this winter's gonna hurt bad. We'll see what the results will be, but we always hold up to our end of the bargain. That's all trash from the previous logging that was done here. That's not ours. Again, one more time. Once the frost goes out, this will have to dry out before anyone drives back here. There's Dad with a feller buncher bringing that out. Something wrong with it. Always something in this business.